people. My name's host Eric, and I want to tell you about a brief history of mime. That's me pulling myself up by a rope in case you didn't get it. It wasn't that difficult to get, hopefully. I'm not really going to talk about miming at all today. I just thought it was a funny title. You know, it's a play on Stephen Hawking's famous book, A Brief History of Time, which is presumably more worth knowing the history of than mime. Hi, Kim. How are you? I hope you're doing fine. I'm glad to see that you've tuned in for a brief history of mime. And that's me miming myself, pulling myself up by a rope. So, pretty good miming, huh? That's because I went to the finest mime schools of France, which is, of course, where the finest mime schools are. I wonder if there actually is such a thing as a mime school that is just a school that just does miming. And do you really need to go to school to learn how to mime? That's another question I have. I'm guessing you don't have to go to school to learn how to mime. Like, if you get a job as a mime, it's probably not based on the credentials that you. Nice job, Kim. Nice job. You probably don't need to show that you've graduated from mime school to get a job as a mime, if there are any such jobs available. Sahand, hello. I'd like to introduce you to Sfoot. Alright, as some of you may know, although some of you may not, I'm a maniac on the floor. That's why I've got this headband now and more. Alright. We've got our headband, we've got our glasses, and we're going down to look at the pond a little bit. Thanks. Yeah, it seems like a nice morning for ponding. As you can see, this part of the pond, but that's not the part I'm really working on right now. I'm tying up my pants first so they don't fall down, because as some of you may know, I do suffer from high hip syndrome, which causes my pants to fall down a lot. So in order to avoid that, I tie them nice and tight, and hopefully we can avoid that. Alright, so here's where we are in the ponding process. I need to kind of finish stabilizing this back wall here with like regular rocks, and then I can really get into the process of rocking the inside of this part. I don't know if I'm going to be doing that right this second or not. Yeah, high hip syndrome. Hi, Oak Ridge taxidermist. I'm doing fine. I'm working on my pond here that I've been working on all summer, really. been a little bit more labor intensive than I've expected, perhaps. Especially since I have no idea what I'm doing. But, it's also a fact that I just work really slowly. Like, well, when I don't have Adderall, I work really slowly. When I do have Adderall, I sometimes, frequently enough, also work really slowly. But this morning, oh, I know what I went down there to do. Hi, Kobe Colanjo. I was going to grab this chicken wire since I've determined that I don't really need or use it. I don't want it just sitting here on the side of the hill. Put it back in the garage. There. Got this piece of chicken wire. So what would you like for Christmas this year, Kobe Colanjo? Now that you've got me on the line. Me, that is to say Santa. Wow, what an amazing, amazing shot. This guy is like some kind of film master. I can't believe how he's doing that. How's he accomplishing this amazing, amazing camera shot? Here's how to play the first two lines of Ode to Joy. Hope it's useful. Here's it go. Da na 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 na. Na 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 na. There, I think I got it. Cinematographer. That's the word I was looking for, not camera guy. I'll put that there for now. My high hip syndrome acting up again. I need to pull these up to my second hips because I have two sets of hips. My high hips and my regular hips. I need to go over on top of my high hips. Satan No Name. Oh, hi, buddy. What time is it over there? It's 10:20 in the morning. Yeah, dude, her name was Lisa, bro. Whose name was Lisa? D3, welcome. T2, welcome. If I am the man, then yes, I am back. All right, so let's take a few rocks. Let's put you this way so you can witness all of the exciting action, okay, of me carrying rocks. How are you going to get the most exciting action? Okay, so now you get to see me carry the rocks and then go down and put them down there. All right, that's enough to start. I can go down this way, I guess. Not really the way I'm supposed to go. But it's fine. I'm going this way enough that it's becoming a way to go. All right, well, that's one load of rocks. Pretty exciting stuff, huh? Mama caught Papa balls deep in the janitor in the tool shed. My mom is not alive. So probably not. Back in the 70s. It's 8:54 p.m. in Iran. Wow, that's late. Let's carry some more rocks. Let's go the other direction this time. We can still probably get it mostly unseen. Alright, so the first step in carrying rocks is, of course, picking up the rocks. So that's what I'm doing right now. And now we're going to carry them. And we'll just put them right over here. I don't think I need this shovel down here anymore. Not this big one. Not for right now, anyway. Alright. So I've had a little bit too much coffee and cigarettes this morning and not enough food. So let's go have a cigarette and drink some more coffee. And then go inside and have at least a yogurt, maybe 2 yogurts. Possibly a yogurt and some grapes, for example. I do have a peach inside that I could cut open. Pop's read the full story. Well, it's a pretty straightforward story, you know? Oh, maybe I'm not on all messages. Let's see. Her name was Lisa, this chick I used to bang back in the 70s. Lisa was wild back then. She introduced me to the Blumpkin. Okay. I don't need to hear your stories of ancient conquest. Hello, Ty. I tend to read your name as, want to read it as thank you, blue collar guy. Even though the Y is not capitalized. What are we doing for lunch? Well, we're going to figure that out when we go inside. I think, you know what? You make a good point. Do I really want to go inside and have some sort of snack? Oh, a little bit here and there, Nikolov. What would you like to talk about him? Norman Price, good morning. Welcome. Welcome to Talking with Fence People, where they say you can find the man with the coolest headband on the internet. But you might not recognize it until I turn it this way, just how cool it is. A lot of people say I'm a spitting image for Tupac. What do you think? Can I shout at your dogs? Hello, Norman Price's dogs. Fido, Rover, Dutch. Those are your 3 dogs' names. Minecraft Phase says, bro, get a life. I'm living it right now. What are you doing? Minecraft Phase. Are you just in your Minecraft phase still? I'm actually doing real life Minecraft outside. I'm digging holes and stuff. I know. Anyhow, People say I look a lot like Tupac, but that I'm a much better rapper than he. That's how they can tell us apart. Titan, Chubbs, and Giant and Hercules. Well, Titan, hello, Chubbs, Giant, Hercules. Greetings to you, all four of you dogs. I happen to be a friend to dogs, but I don't have any. I have two cats. I used to have a dog. When my beloved Lacey died, I just couldn't bring myself to get another dog. It was like game over, man. Game over. She was the best dog ever. No offense to your dogs. I hope they're not still listening. But she was the best dog ever. And Dylan, hello. Aliens. No, aliens are not the best dog ever. Her name was Lacey. She was a world champion of majesty. Show media, hello. How are you doing? I hope you're doing fine. I'm doing all right. I'm having a bland Monday morning. Smello, huh? Is that a combination of hello and smell you later? I like it. It's the hello version of smell you later. Smello. Okay, smell you later. That's how a conversation begins and ends, right? Beach Bunny. I guess Beach Bunny posted something new on Miggity Mia. Sarah Bitter? Private Hudson Aliens. Oh, yes, you're correct about that. That is where that quote's from. It is from that movie. Is it from Alien? Aliens? Alien The Last Reckoning? I don't know how many other ones there are. Bye, Norman Price. You have a nice day. Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese. It's breezy. It's breezy like Kanye turned into Yeezy. Thanks, Norman Price. I appreciate it. It'll help me approach a little bit closer to 20,000 subs. Weird question, Eric, but did your mom and dad have pretty fast metabolisms throughout their life? Uh, yeah, my mom was slender like me when she was younger. She did get a little heavier as she got after she had me, you know. Goodbye, Norman Price. All right, so before we do anything else, because I'm feeling like meh, we need to make some food. Seen a saucer above a house as a kid when I was at church. A light came down from it into the house. All the lights in the house went out. Me and my cousin threw some rocks at it. Nothing. That's a good story. I like it. Do you like the accent in which I read it? Your husband is apparently also a smart man. Smart in the ways of cheese. We might have cheese when we go inside, but when Ty asked me what's for lunch, it made me reset my vision. Maybe I need to make a real lunch, like hamburgers or something. Hi, the bike gang. What are your thoughts on Manchester United transfer policy this summer? Do you feel like they need to go get a striker even if they cannot get Benjamin Seiko? I have no idea. I didn't put any, I don't know since when you last saw them, but I planted for this year just 9 plants, which is one fewer than the legal maximum for 2 adults in the house. And they're growing quite well, as you can see. I have no idea, Mike Murphy. I don't know about international soccer very much. I know even less about national soccer. I mean, about, MLS. I know more probably about Premier League than I do about MLS, but not enough to comment upon it. The bike gang is here and they want free money or something? Oh, they're offering to give me free money. You don't have to offer to give me free money just to have me say your name. I'll read it no matter what if you come in here, All right, let's go into the kitchen now and see what we're going to make for dinner. I don't even know how to make clones. I've never done cloning before. All right. Last night I did something pretty smart, if I say so myself. And that is, I put the pan into the dishwasher. So it's already clean. Now, if I wanted to make hamburger, that sounds good, it sounds easy, it sounds like something I can do without having to do any additional cleaning up prep. Out you go, kitty man. Out you go. Alright, so we're going to open up this dishwasher. We're going to take out this pan we want to use, nice and clean. And then, next we gotta get to the patties and to put it in the pan. That's how you make Italian hamburgers. Hey man, where's Rachel? She's in bed. She falls asleep very late. I didn't get very much sleep last night myself. Just go to a class and act like you belong there. No one checks. Good to know. All right. Let's have your classic 2 hamburger lunch. With the application of just 2 small hamburger patties, an entire lunch can be made. Of course, yes, it requires some bread as well. Some bread, which I have right here. So I don't have pure hamburger buns, so I'm using bread. You might accuse me of assorted half-asseries, and you wouldn't be wrong, but these are the breads I have, I guess. I thought I had bigger bread. That's fine. We're just going to have to overflow their patties a little bit. Once these melt down, these burgers, then they'll fit better. Alright, there. Now we just let that start to cook. In the meantime, while we're letting that start to cook, I I don't want to create some sort of major operation for myself here. However, go ahead, Capio. Why don't you go? I do want to at least cut some of this cheddar cheese here. So let's move you over where I'm moving here. We've got this, which is called a cutting board. We've got this, which is called a cheese cutter in the absence of having a real cheese cutter. This works pretty well. Works better than regular knives. And then we're just going to take this cheese and unwrap it like that. Then and only then will we remember to wash our hands. But I didn't touch the cheese, so it's fine. Okay, now that my hands are washed, and also refilled Capio's water bowl, it's time to slice off some small slices of this cheese here. And that should be enough for like one burger. That's good for the second burger. But I should probably cut it into smaller pieces. I might just eat this last piece of it. Good cheese. This dark cheddar Tillamook and the one in this dark orange package. Excellent cheese. Tastes a lot like flavor. Okay. Coming along fine, but let's sprinkle some of this stuff on it. That's some Omaha steak rub, dry rub stuff. Yeah. Makes burgers taste a little bit more like steak, I guess. Alright. Now I've cleaned this, I will return it where it goes because it's such an importantly useful tool. It doesn't really belong in the dishwasher. I'm going to flip that bad boy over. I'm going to flip that bad boy over. I'm going to let those cook a bit. Got a plate here which we'll use for when the things get done. Let's see what's going on here. How many mods are there here? Am I going to cut the cheese? Two sad patties talking to themselves. What's the purpose of us? They even put seasoning on it. I call it salt seasoning. That wasn't salt. I put seasoning on it. DoorDash me a burger. Can't do it. No, I cannot make that thing that you just wrote. I don't even know how to read that. Looks like Napupua. I don't know how to make Napupua. Alright. Those patties just got flipped like a cheerleader who's very light and small and is the one thrown in the air by the other cheerleader. That's how much that got flipped. Unfortunately, these drips got dripped as well. Okay. Let's take a gander. How are they coming along? Maybe we put a little bit more seasoning on it maybe. But I would like to avoid making too much of a mess. With all the splatter. There we go. Now we're really living down Excitement Alley, which is pretty close to Excitement Boulevard. Which is, of course, the main street where Excitement is. Alright, breads, you're done enough. Bread's out of the toaster oven. Check. Now, we're going to need to put ketchup. Check. We need to put mustard. Check. We need to put cheese. Check. And then last but not least, we're going to need patties. Let's put these away first. We're also going to need a beverage. We went to Oakhurst recently to go shopping. And at Oakhurst, they have F&GJ, which, as you should know, is way better than Simply. This is the king of grapefruit juices. This is Florida's natural grapefruit juice. Could call it the emperor of grapefruit juices, I guess. Let me go get a paper towel. Ah. Now I'm going to pull up the chat so I can read it on the big screen. As per, yeah, yeah, me, and mu. That's how we do the things that we do. I did toast the bread. I just didn't toast it that much, okay? What is Johnny bugging you about? Anyways, my appointment for talking about college admission is about 10 minutes. Well, you have a good time talking about it. You just talk your heart out about college admission. I recommend explaining how it's a terrible idea. Like, you better be going to college for something like you have to go to college for, or else it's a bad idea. No, Tim, you should not attend at all. Trust me on this one. Mmm. That's a good hamburger. All right. Free ride. All right, well then fine. Well, just make sure you matriculate into something useful, Kim, like women's studies. You are an educate. I can tell. To me, I've always been able to tell. There's a learned man. Oh, that's good. A lot of those kind of jobs that pay you more if you have more, credentials and stuff. That's a good reason to go to school. It's called professional development hoop jumping. I am living the life of hamburgers. Well, I mean, like when I worked for LA County Schools, there was no scam about the fact that if you got a master's degree, they paid you X amount more per month. That was the reality of it. Whether it should be or not is irrelevant. Okay. Obviously, G3, that doctor only works on witches. Johnny Doe is not a witch. Oh, 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 oh. Oh no, where's my voice gone? Ursula has taken it from me. Oh, it's alright. All he needs to do is kiss the girl and we'll be fine. Mm-hmm. I'm a natural mermaid too. A lot of people get mermaid transition surgery. Not me. I was born a mermaid. That's where these bodacious tatas came from. I've got a headband on. That's what happened to it. It keeps sweat from getting in my eyes. Okay. Yoo-hoo! Sailors, come over here to my rock. Look at my boobs. That's what mermaids do. I keep it dry on top of that rock that I lure sailors from. You, sailor boy. Ooh, you're hunky. You're a real heartthrob. Come over here. Don't worry, you can swim. But I can't swim. Oh, just trust me, I'm a mermaid. That's how you get them. Men, always led around by their you-know-what. The answer is whatever part of them is frontmost. I'm a mermaidiac on the floor. And I'm swimming like mermaidiac before. I know, until they see the lower half of my body. I keep that artfully tucked beneath the waves, so they just see my top half. Yoo-hoo, sailors! The thing is, what people don't know is, what do you think? Why do you think we mermaids lure them into the sea? Because we eat them. It's not cannibalism. We're a different species. The scientific name for our species is Mermaidius swimicus. They taste like hempen rope and seagull droppings. It's not my fault. That's what we feed on as a species. Specifically, Sailors. Oh no, Jesus Christ. I set this hamburger down for 5 seconds. And like I looked over and it had like 5 flies on it. Just gotta go back inside. I'm not gonna eat it right now, which I'm not. Let me put it in the fridge. Man, those are some opportunistic flies. Yeah. I'm actually a huffer fish. Instead of puffing, I huff. What do I huff? What do you got? It's a lovely day. Another lovely Mariposa day. It's just been this shockingly mild summer. We're now on the 4th of August already. And still hasn't really heated up. I could, realistically, I suppose, should put some time into the pond today. But I didn't get much sleep last night. I slept quite poorly. And I'd probably like to get some sleep during the day today. I think it would be worth the time investment. But I don't exactly feel tired right now. At least I don't exactly feel sleepy. Could water the plants. It's about that time. What time is it? 11. Could also wait a little longer. I was planning to wait till about 1 o'clock today. Because I gave them a little extra water last night, which I normally don't do. But yesterday I watered them really early in the day. And by the end of the day, one of the branches on one of the plants was looking a little wilty. So I gave them a little bit more water last night. But since I did, I won't water today until like the middle of the day. It's not quite the middle of the day yet. Well, I kind of need to go into town too. What do I need to get in town? Well, we're almost out of a lot of groceries. We could use more yogurts. Hi there, um, Robin. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Named after the bird, presumably, rather than the verb. It's like shockingly unreasonably pleasant outside. It's August 4th, and it's like, I don't know, 71, 72 degrees outside or something. It's crazy. Summer's not supposed to be this pleasant. I know we're up in the mountains, but we're not that high up. It's 4,100 feet. And last summer it got blazing hot, as it did the summer before, at least during some of the stretches. A lot more, like this summer it hasn't been hot at all, really. It was a little bit warm that week we went to Las Vegas, like in the low 90s maybe. But we haven't even come close to triple digits all summer long, I don't think. Remarkably enough. I'm kind of being a lazy blazy because I should really work on the pond, but I'm also being a bit of a restless blestless because I think I should go run a couple errands in town. It's nice to get out of the house, go into town sometimes. My girlfriend broke up with me. She found out about my boyfriend. Congratulations. Well, it's a good reason to break up with you. I'm thinking about putting more fertilizer down along here. It's been a while since I fertilized last. Today is the 4th of August, 1 week away from getting my Adderall refilled, and also from going to the athletics game. That'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that. I'm thinking about I can be with her sister and I can keep my boyfriend as side chick. Well, Milan, D3 thinks you might be into mermen or mermaids. The whole species is actually called mermaids, whether they're male or female. Male mermaids are just called male or man mermaids. There aren't very many of them. They're kind of like the queen of a bee colony. They just produce almost all female mermaids. I've got a headband, that's what you are, in case you don't know. I'll be the wind, the rain, and the meow, 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 meow. So you are not afraid, and I'll see you twisted and unkind. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Good job, Cam. 'Cause I'll be you. I'll be your mirror. So a mermaid's cat is called a mermussy. Mermaids don't have anything down there. They just have a fishtail. Okay? That's not how they reproduce. The way it works is that a mermaid grows eggs on her back, and then she She rubs up against the male mermaid, um, and that's how the eggs get fertilized. I think Brandon, the 270-pound bodybuilder with 12% body fat, is here. Well, good for Brandon. Wow. How many years left? None of us know that, Ty. None of us know that. For each of us, life is a mystery. We are not like the Cyclopses. We don't get to know the time and manner of our own death ahead of time. I was into Murda and Mermussy. No idea. I'm chronically lazy, so it'll probably take a while. That's a perfectly fine sentence to use, Cam. You don't need to blame it on anything other than that. I'm chronically lazy as well. Sue me. That if I went back to college, that's what I'd tell my professors. Well, I didn't turn the paper in, but it's because I'm lazy. No, they classified it as a disability now. I have a disability called laziness. You're chronically lazy too, Kevin Gonzalez? It seems like it might be contagious. Maybe we'll all get chronically lazy here. Nobody likes going and doing a bunch of stuff, you know? Who wants to do that? Nobody. Like, I even things I want to do, like watering the plants and working on my pond. It's it's a good day if I get one small partial bucket of mortar mixed and rocks put. That by itself is a good day. You are a wise young man, and I am dreaming about you right now, and it's a compliment. Thanks, Milan. I appreciate it. I was thinking about how Rachel much more than me, obviously, but Rachel and I are both constantly subjected to sexualization online. Everyone's all like, I don't care what the Ten Commandments say. I covet your wife. People all covet my wife, but they can't have her. Coveting me is a little less common, but is equivalent. You know, good for the goose, good for the gander. I think we should interpret that commandment as thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, aunt, or husband. I guess it'd just be or. Unless you're talking about polyamory, which is a dumb idea. Ain't nobody need no polyamory. It's just a fancy word for being debauched sluts. And you probably wouldn't be the first, Milan. Why people would want to is beyond me, but people have weird tastes and whatever, I guess. You know. I don't know. In general, I think people are very, censors especially, but people tend to be a bunch of filthy, rutting animals. Hey, Ike, how's it going, dog? I was thinking about you not very long ago. I was thinking, you should go check your email and figure that shit out today, Eric. But you know what? I didn't sleep that well last night. I don't know if I quite have the gumption to do with it today. Just know that we have 4 tickets, okay? I can even tell you what seat and everything it is, but I'll get to it this week, obviously, because Monday, this upcoming Monday, we've got uh, we've got a baseball game together. Too bad you live so far away, D3, or else you could have been involved in this activity too. Instead, you're going to be all sad at home watching the A's game from the other coast. I'm not going to try to steal Ike away from you, don't worry. I can't make any promises for Zandy, though. I don't know. She might try to steal him away from you. Who knows? Regardless, I tell you what's going to steal away from all of us. The A's are going to steal our heart that night because we're going to win. We're going to have a good game for just for the sake of all of us talking with fans, people. It's going to be exciting, fun, filled with adventure. There's going to be laughter, gasping at the suspense, everything you want from a baseball game, and more. That's how good this baseball game is going to be. How do you know, Eric? I'm an expert at predicting how good baseball games are going to be. That's how. My years of expertise. We're playing against the Tampa Bay Rays. Tampa Bay. Aren't you really just part of Fort Lauderdale or something like that? Tampa Bay has delusions of grandeur. Okay, well, hurry up already, Milan. It shouldn't take that long. And you also, it would probably go faster if you weren't taking time to type things into the chat. Well, we don't need to know about your progress. Hmm. Well, I do need water. I might as well. Yeah, I just played like a fiddle all the time. That's because I am technically a violin. So it's understandable. All right, I'm going to get some fertilizer here. All right, so we're going to put some of this fertilizer here as per meow. Okay, there. I put the fertilizer all where where it's supposed to go. Now bring the hose over. And we will water starting at the bottom. Starting right there. Alright, well that starts watering those. Let's go inside and get the bong. And some weed. Guys, you know I have high hip syndrome, okay? It's not my fault. I can't do anything about it. My pants just always fall down. I got the bong, but no weed. That won't do. I am not a hoe. Although I was thinking the other day how turning on the hose and turning on the hose mean totally different things depending on how you spell hose. I was specifically turning on the HOSE, but maybe accidentally turning on the HOES. I don't know. Yes. I prefer Pond Maker. Okay. Well, it kind of is that. So it's not that surprising that it looks like that. Let me pull this bong right down and move the hose. HOSE. Okay. Now, weed without a bong is just a problem to solve. Bong without a weed is just a disappointment to endure. Go on. Okay. Cat wants me to be a doorman, and he needs to go inside when I open the door. Otherwise, he can just go use the cat door. What does Rachel think about me playing with the hose in the garden? I think she's okay with it. I got a little water in my ear last time I took a shower. All right. We've done the last hose move now. We'll just let that go for a while. Get those two up top. Then I might give it a squirt down the line once more time. Big ass tree back there. This is not that big of a tree. We have a big tree over there, but you can't really see it from here that well. Oh yeah, you can see it a little bit, huh? Mm-hmm. That one. That one. That's a big tree. That's a super big tree. So there is maybe you were right. There it is. Alright, time for another bong rip. I wonder if I'm on an old logging trail. I don't know. There just seems to be some trees here that are very, very big and old, but the majority of them seem to be less old than old growth, probably. Like that tree over there, I don't even know how tall it is. It's incredibly tall. And it's not like it's a sequoia or anything. I don't even know what kind of tree it is. Some kind of pine tree, I think. It's got pine needles on it anyway. But it is enormous. It's also got pine cones on it. So it's coniferous, whatever it is. Can you imagine being on a pirate ship and coming back Merman Eric on a rock smoking a bong? Yes, Mariposa was part of the gold rush. For sure. Just down the road is a town called Coarse Gold. Where I go to get my car fixed. I went down there the other day. Rachel and I drove down there so they could just look at my car, get the VIN number, a couple of other things. Because it's hard to make sure you get the right parts for Mini Coopers. Because like some of them in a certain year have one kind of headlamp, the other have a different kind. It's ridiculous. Anyway, that's life owning a Mini Cooper, I guess. So we've got good watering here all across the board. We're ready to call it a watering. All right. That's one thing I got done. It's better than zero things. One thing better than zero things. That's true. Not a lot better than zero things, but it's a little bit better. So with this fertilization, you know, I could fertilize once more in like 2 weeks probably, but I might not even do that because these things are pretty far along in the budding process. I don't want to risk burning them during the budding process with too much fertilizer. You know, it's something of a weed growing lore as well. You should flush your plants for a couple weeks before you harvest, or else they supposedly taste like the fertilizer, which is ridiculous, obviously. But Those are the kind of weird little old wives' tales that get told and passed around, and people believe it. Pretty stony. When my wife left, I was sad and lonely. So I got a dog, a new motorbike, had sex with two women, and blew $1,000 on drugs and alcohol. She's gonna go fucking nuts when she gets back from work. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Thanks, Putty Cat, for sharing that wonderful joke about a dysfunctional marriage. I hate getting resin on my lips. It tastes so bad, that's why. It's so breezy today. I should show you all how breezy it is. Turn this around, like now, and just look at the bushes and the trees moving around. Well, right now, of course, the breeze stopped, just right on cue, of course, because breezes are like that. Eric, who do the Athletics play tonight? Nobody. They have the day off. And I don't remember who we start playing tomorrow. I know there's at least one, probably two series, probably two 3-game series before the Tampa Bay series, would be my guess, since they're off today. But it could be like they're off today, they play a 3-game series, and then Monday's the last of the games against Tampa Bay. That's possible. Or, I mean, like, it would be a 3-game series, then a day off, then a 3-game series. That's possible. So it's either we're seeing the first game of the Tampa Bay series or the last game of the Tampa Bay series. I'm not sure which. Of course, now it's totally still. I want to show you all the trees moving back and forth. The wind stops. Like nature is like trouble. Trouble never lets me film anything good with him. As soon as I start to try to film him doing anything that I want to film, he stops doing it. There's this one channel called Unsorted, I think is what it's called. And on this channel, they have these videos. I've watched them before. Of like, well, there's one of them called Madness on Icy Roads, something like that. And it shows people like trying to drive up a hill that is icy and then getting to the middle of it and not having enough traction and then sliding back down and crashing into all these parked cars and stuff. Those videos really make me laugh. Breezes are like the wind. They come and go. Breezes are also literally the wind. You make a good point, Lord Slim. You make an excellent point. Well, the breeze is gone, but I expect it to come again. I hear it. Hear it. There we go. We're getting a little bit of movement. A little bit. We're going to show up here. You can see more movement in this tree right there. I need to get a pointer so that when the camera is pointed this direction, I can point at things using the pointer. Oh, okay. So they play Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in Washington, then Friday, Saturday, Sunday at Baltimore, and then Monday they come back or back home on Monday. There's no travel day, and they play against Tampa Bay in the game that we're going to go see on Monday. That'll be exciting. I want to get a nice stern breeze through here so that we can really see the bushes and the trees move. Come on, wind. Get blowing. I don't know what you think that you knowing. Oh, that's a high up bird up there. There's one much lower too over there. Let's see if we can see the birds in the sky. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me look at the screen more closely. Well, I can't see it. But you can trust me, there are birds up there. I guess we just aren't allowed to see them. I think they're hawks. They're too high up for vultures, I think. Although we do have turkey vultures around here. Maybe they are turkey vultures. Maybe I'm wrong. But they're unlikely to be circling roadkill because of where they are flying. There's not really any roads over there. But they could be circling something dead. I don't know. They seem to be enjoying the breezes as much as I am today. It's just gorgeous out. I tell you what I could do. I could move over there and then turn the camera around so that I am in front of the background that I want to show you as well. I could do that in theory. It's possible the Mafia had something to do with it, but very unlikely. I wish I would stop bouncing my knee all the time. It's annoying. It's annoying to me and the rest of my body. Pull through, you dastardly bong rip. And then when it did pull through, it gave me a kiss. Ugh. See you later, pretty cat. Right now, I'm like a National Geographic narrator. Well, then, let's move over here where we get more National Geographic-y view. You can see my bucket down there. That's not National Geographic-y. There. Toilets also do that little kiss thing. Right, yeah. When you finally shake it loose from your butthole and then it says, mwah. So anyway, it's a good day to be inside. And I'm currently sitting, I moved over here now, so that I can keep an eye on my bucket, make sure it doesn't run off. Yeah, it definitely does. Ruben R. I don't think genocide is too strong a word. Oh, the beauty of nature. Birds and squirrels singing happily. Oh, the beauty of nature. Welcome to the beauty of nature. I'm your host, Eric, and today on the beauty of nature, we'll be exploring the beauty of nature. Hi, Milan. Welcome to the beauty of nature. Are you going to edge to the beauty of nature as well? Milan was here earlier. I mean the person, not the city. He was extolling the beauties of nature. Well, good for you, Milan. Good for you. I don't need to know about it, but good for you. Bucket view is municipal geography. Municipal geography. There's my beautiful bucket. Dude, we don't need to know. I agree with D3 on this one. G, standing for, of course, gangsta. And on today, as you can see, I'm wearing my Idaho State Penitentiary shirt, which both identifies one as a prisoner and celebrates the state's potato-based heritage. Yeah, I don't even know what that is exactly, but apparently I've got them. I'm assuming that means they were people who played characters in the movie The Goonies. I'm not a merman, D3. I'm a male mermaid. Okay, big difference. Merman is hate speech. Male mermaid is preferred nomenclature. No, I'm a male mermaid. Okay? Male. You could say I'm a man mermaid too if you want. Because, as a mermaid, I don't have anything but a fishtail below the waist. But I identify as a man. Like, why should mermaids all have to identify as women? Just because of these bodacious tatas and my tendency to lure sailors to their death? Doesn't make me a woman. Right. Well, that's a good reason for other people to recognize and take seriously my identifying as a man mermaid. I went to the trouble of gluing on all of these hairs and having my voice artificially deepened. Can we artificially design merde or mermacy in a mermaid so we can technically? No, Milan, okay? We mer people are not some plaything for you to make genetic aberrations, abominations. That's the word I'm looking for. We're not here for you to make abomination hybrids out of, okay? Just deal with it. We have nothing but fish from the waist down. Seriously, though, there is an online store where you can buy mermaid prosthetics for yourself. I don't need them. I'm an actual mermaid, a male mermaid. Again, if you guys would please respect this reality, the term merman and merman are considered hate speech. Those of us who are man mermaids or male mermaids refer to us as such, refer to ourselves as such. You're telling me the wise men brought gold, Milan, and Frankenstein? I'm pretty sure that's not right. Right, that's why I'm building the pond. Because obviously, as a mermaid, I have to have water on my tail periodically. And Rachel's tired of constantly sponging me down. So, kind of like the kind of mermaid that's in the movie Splash. My mermaid part turns to legs if I get exposed to air for too long. Mermaid is practically a fish. So impregnated mermaid means impregnated fish. Okay, I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but thank you for sharing those thoughts, Milan. Let's return our attention to the beauty of nature. Oh, beautiful nature, so wondrous and true. Trees so high and the sky so blue. Oh, wondrous nature, take me away like a Calgon bath from back in the day. When I was a kid, there were these commercials for Calgon. I guess it was bath bubbles or something. And the lady would come home. She'd had a hard day at work. The kids would be yammering. And she'd say, Calgon, take me away. And then they'd show her in the bath. It was all quiet and there was like candles and she had bubbles and everything. I haven't seen those commercials in a long time though. I guess Calgon finally took away all of the people who wanted to buy it. Till there was no one left. I don't even know if they still sell Calgon. Calgon was kind of like Mr. Bubbles for ladies, I think. Any bubble bath takers here? If you, like me, as a child, sometimes took bubble bath, perhaps you've used Mr. Bubbles brand bubble bath before. We didn't have that brand, but I remember that brand existing. My mom got some ladies bubble bath stuff, you know. I don't even know what it was. Probably like Lancome. That sounds familiar. Lancome. Is that still a shampoo or is that a bubble bath company? Does it make sense to say that my mom had Lancome bubble bath? I can't believe how fast those flies were on my burger. I set it down for like 30 seconds and then what's falling all over the place? I don't know. Well, I could go get the bucket and bring it back up here. Garbage man. That's good. He's come to take our garbage away. To a land so free, a land so gay, a place they call the city dump. That's past the town and past the town before the hump. Oh garbage man, thank you with my garbage can for pouring all the insides out and leaving then the can so stout for me to bring back in today and place and place and place and way and wear each one to where it goes and then inside and he who knows may garbage done is garbage fine until next week a week then thine we'll put the trash out once again and bring forth the garbage man. And that's a poem about garbage day. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, that's the sort of useful skills I have in life. Well, what can you do for this company? I can make up a poem. Not sure that's helpful. I mean, but seriously, like just like on the fly, what's your company's name? You're applying to work here, don't you even know? I do not know this place's name. I perhaps once knew, but then I'm lame. And thus I did forget it's called Bradford and Sons, where I have called. You rhymed called with called. No, I'm sorry, you don't get the job. The last candidate had a much better poem. Oh, really? Yeah. He also came in and he said the only thing he could do is write a poem as well. But his poem was way better than your poem. Wow, that really hurts. Yeah, I bet. I bet. And that was the day all of my dreams died. Okay. So one thing I could do, I could take these rocks down there too. There's lots of things I could do. Well, what do I feel like doing? The answer is not much, you know, not much. I could potentially go lie down. I'm not sure if I really have sleep in me or not. Maybe I do. It's plausible, which is which is means something more than possible. You know, plausible and possible are not synonyms. Though, if asked to come up with a synonym for possible, plausible would be the first synonym I'd come up with. A lot of people aren't aware this technique of glasses wearing exists, but this allows me, if I need to just flip it up, read something, and flip it back down. Pyow. Like nobody's business. Isn't that good? I wonder if I should go get some wear them all the time glasses. My eyes are still pretty sharp at a distance, especially. Up close, well, they're getting weak in my as I get later into my 50s. I saw this interview the other day with a old World War II veteran who's like 100 years old, and he mentioned at the end that he and his wife were celebrating their 80th wedding anniversary or something like that. I thought, how wonderful to somehow just presumably marry the right person right out the gate and have a wonderful life together, you know, and live together for your whole lives. Like my parents did, you know. Although I don't think they were exactly meant for each other, they had an excellent marriage. They were a team, you know. And they were a team for 50 years. They celebrated a 50th wedding anniversary. Maybe even a 60th. I'm not sure. Probably not quite a 60th. Probably a 55th, though. I wonder what the squirrels are doing over there. They're really having some battles or something. These squirrels are really going at it. I guess they don't like each other. Okay. Well, I'm not going to need that bucket down there without anything inside of it. I don't know why I didn't bring it back up. Might as well go get the bucket. Question is, should I attempt to get the bucket without changing my shoes? Tough question to answer. Especially when you're comfortable sitting here. I think it's probably about time for me to take a nap. So that's what I'm going to do. Thank you all for being here. And don't forget to eat plenty of cheese.